Gary Owen had an up and down race in Atlanta. He finished in the top 10 in both stages, but during the final stage, he received a penalty for speeding while entering pit road, forcing him to change his strategy and take just 2 tires. He cycled into the top 5, but a late race yellow from Eric Almirola forced overtime, causing him to drift back to 10th place due to his worn tires. Brad Keselowski went on to win the race, locking himself into the playoffs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. As always, if you enjoy what you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Here we have the point standings up in front of us. Keselowski and Trevor Bayne are currently our two drivers locked into the playoffs as Trevor Bayne won the Daytona 500 and Brad Keselowski dominated Atlanta by winning every stage and the race. And so hopefully we can maybe do the same here in Las Vegas. Hopefully we can pull off a dominating performance, get a few playoff points, and maybe even a victory, as this is certainly not a very hard track. We made it to the second round of qualifying as we come towards the end of our Session 2 lap time, so we're going to come across the line and see what we can do. I just ran one lap as a 30.901, and it qualified us in P13, so we will start 13th just like Atlanta.
Today, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series makes its first stop in Las Vegas for the running of the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. Vegas has grown so much in popularity that NASCAR doubled down and added a second race in 2018. Today, the field is stacked with NASCAR drivers seeking to get on a roll. In 2017, eventual Cup champion Martin Truex Jr. picked up his first win of the year here, also becoming the first driver ever to win all 3 stages in a single race. Will he hit the trifecta again today? Let's head on down to the track. We're just about ready to get underway on PRN.
All right, there you have it. We are ready to go green from the 13th starting position in Las Vegas. Your pole winner is Kevin Harvick. So can he get the victory here? Austin Dillon going to the back after failing technical inspection, and he is the only driver penalized at the start of this race, so no one else is doing the illegal stuff unless we got the SHR cars once again all around me here as the green flag is out in Las Vegas. Starting behind Kurt Busch in the 41 now as we go right to the bottom of him, trying to gain a few spots on this restart. We're going to use the inside line to my full advantage. I hope we can maybe even make the outside line work in this race, but we'll have to see how it plays out as now we work our way easily into the top 10 after half a lap. Now looking under the 22 of Joey Logano as we go through turns 3, entering turns 4. The outside line checks up a little bit, which might allow me to get under the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. now at his door, just about even as we come across the line now under Chase Elliott. And we have a huge run down the front straightaway as we get into the back of the 48. And he's going to get really loose into turn 1, and he might not. Okay, he did hang on to it. I thought he was going to wreck the car, but thankfully he didn't, but he might not be very happy with me for that. I did not mean to get into him down the straightaway, but unfortunately we did, and he went into turn 1 and lost the back end of the car. So that was not good for him, but we are now up to P7 with the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. My inside as we cross the line to start lap 3 of this race now. In turn 1, he's going to clear me with no problem. The middle line did not work, and I really lost a large amount of time, unfortunately, in that corner as Truex now takes the 18 of Kyle Busch and the 11 of Denny Hamlin 3 wide down the back straightaway, which allows me to close up on them pretty largely going into turns 3 as Hamlin backs out of the 3 wide, and so does Kyle Busch, and we get into the back of Denny Hamlin. No big deal there as we come out of turn 4 and cross the line, and we got up to P6 by the time we hit lap 5. Coming across the stripe this time, it'll be 14 laps to go in the stage as we get a big run on Hamlin, but I do not want to go to the bottom. We decided we try to make the middle line work, and it didn't work very well on the entrance of the corner, but hopefully on the exit you see the 11 pushes way up the track, which allows me to get to his bottom, and then we have a caution. I am not sure what just happened, but the yellow is out. I think we do get a replay. This is what we could get here, is that Ryan Newman and Ryan Blaney got together and around they went. I don't know exactly what happened before that because the replay did not allow for that, but clearly they got together and had an incident as we were ready to go green once again in stage 2 for the restart from P6 behind the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski on the front row. Harvick was the pole winner, so he's trying to hang on and maybe pull off a stage victory. Keselowski, he's trying to continue his dominance at the mile and a half already this season after dominating Atlanta, winning stage 1 and 2 and the race. Down the back straightaway, though, it looks like Harvick, he is definitely clear of the 2 car going into turn 3. He's probably going to check out as I try to go way up top and get pretty close to the wall on the exit of turn 4. And this is going to allow me to get a bit of a run. And now our momentum gets halted. Now as we have to fall in behind the 78, we are clear on the inside, so we can take it if we want to, and we're going to do that. Now as we go into turns 1, I kind of slowed up a little early, but it didn't really hurt me too much as we get to the inside of the 78. And just about clear of him down the back straightaway. The AI are certainly pushing up on the exit of the corner, I'm noticing, which really could help me if I run the top line like this up against the wall. Now as we start to move down the track on the exit of the corner, Truex once again on my inside. Keselowski P5, he has drifted back fairly quickly. And now as Truex continuing to look to my inside as we go into turn 1, as we go once again up against the wall. We should build up a huge run down the back straightaway, and you can tell already we are for sure as we come alongside the 78. Now to the back bumper of the 2 of Brad Keselowski going into turn 3. This outside line certainly has some speed here in Las Vegas, as Boyer, he is really slow. He has to back out of a 3 wide as Kyle Busch and Keselowski are side by side as we come across the line. Now as we come to lap 13, we worked our way to the inside of the 78, crossing the stripe to take 6 laps to go. In stage 1 now, the 78 looks to my inside, but now Brendan Gaughan hits the apron in turn 1, and we have big trouble as he's going to move back up the track, no control of the car, and that's definitely going to bring out a caution as he slams into the inside wall, and the caution comes out. We were cleared by the 78, and Keselowski did not clear us, so we got P8 when the caution came out. So now we get ready to restart on the outside line again behind Eric Almirola as the green flag is back out in Las Vegas. It's going to be, I believe, 2 or 3 laps. It's going to be a 3-lap dash to the end of stage 1 now as we push the 10 into turn 1, trying to give him a shove, but it was obviously not really going to do anything. Now as McMurray, our teammate, closes back up on my bumper. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, just shoving the 10 as much as we can. We're going to just kind of stay in line for the moment now, as we could not actually stay in line. The car pushed up a bit, so I decided we might as well go up to the wall if I can't keep it down there, and it's going to pay off on the exit of turn 4. We get to the outside of the 10. We try to side draft him across the line, and then we make contact, almost getting into the wall. And now we make contact with our teammate McMurray, but we hold on to the car. Now as we run the top again, now with the 10 going all the way to the bottom, we should get a big run on the exit of the corner. We do. Now as we can maybe go to the inside, but I chose not to, and I decided to go to the outside of the 14 because I thought this was going to be my best chance to maybe get a better run, because the outside is really strong early in this race. As we exit turn 4, coming to the white flag in stage 1 alongside Clint Boyer for 9th. Denny Hamlin up there in P8, so hopefully maybe we can get P8 out of this. Let's hope for the best. Now as we go through turns 1 and 2, Kevin Harvick still leading the race. Now as we just about get into the wall on the exit of 2, a huge run down the back straightaway as we dive to the inside of the 11 and the 14 going into turn 3. Kevin Harvick coming through. He's easily going to get the stage victory as we push up the track a little bit alongside the 14 car on the exit of turn 4. Coming to the line, it is going to be us getting P8 over Clint Boyer. So that's 3 stage points to me now, so hopefully this will set us up pretty decently for stage 2, as everyone's going to be pitting. So I decided, well, we'll put in about 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires, and obviously we usually repair the car even if there's no damage. But then I decided, let's do right sides only, and because I looked at the tire wear, and I thought maybe we don't need 4 tires, but we beat everybody off pit road that did pit, and a bunch of guys stayed out, and I'm thinking this 2 tires might be a bad idea. But the green flag is back out from P15, and really if we can get past all of these cars before these guys behind me, this 2 tire strategy could definitely work. If we don't get a caution, we might be able to pass everyone and get to the lead, and hopefully win the stage, setting myself up really well for the final stage as we dive to the inside. 3 wide with the 55 and the 8 of Daniel Hemrick. We're just going to run the bottom and hope for the best. as Bubba Wallace in P10, he moves down and we just about get into the back of him. Now we get to the inside of him on the exit of turn 4. Already up into the top 10, and our other drivers that were running around us in stage 1 are nowhere near us. So this strategy might work out really well as we go to the inside of the 72 of Corey LaJoy, and maybe getting to the inside of Suarez on the exit of 2. Now down the back straightaway we gain quite a few positions as we're already into the top 5 at this point. We should probably be able to get the lead here within the next half a lap as we get clear of Danica Patrick. We're going to take Gray Galding and Trevor Bayne 3 wide, coming to the stripe. DJ Kennington, 2 Canadians up front now as we're going to take over the throne and be the leading Canadian here. This is the first time, I believe, that we have taken the lead in a Cup race, as we lose it for a moment as I drift up, but we do clear the 96 out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, we are now up to the leading position for the first time in my Cup career, as we now, as soon as I got clear of these guys, I decided let's just get back up towards the wall and run up top. So it was a pretty easy kind of stage 2. We just kind of drove away, and then we get into the wall a little bit, but that's not a big deal. But the guys behind us that were running around us in stage 1 continued to struggle to work their way through the lap traffic as Eric Almirola gets into the wall in a 5 wide situation. Ty Dillon moves up the track and he's going to get pounded into the wall, and that's actually going to bring out a caution because he hit the wall so hard and was going so slow that the caution ends up coming out. But thankfully we have a lot of these guys that stayed out, still in between myself and the guys that took 4 tires on the pit stop. So we're going to go green for a restart with about 7-8 laps to go, but we should still be able to hang on to a stage victory as long as we don't screw this up. But the green flag is back out. We have Daniel Suarez, who's starting behind me. Brendan Gaughan on the outside. He wrecked earlier in this race, and he is clearly the fastest car on track right now. As you see, he is like a rocket ship. We are long gone from these guys. They're going to close up on me on the exit of turn 2 like they usually do, but they probably won't as much. Down the back straightaway, we actually pulled away, so that's definitely going to be good for us, as I think we're going to easily be able to win this stage, and hopefully this is going to set me up well for the final stage, and maybe we can get ourselves a race victory in just our 3rd full-time Cup race. Across the stripe, though, it'll be 8 laps to go in stage 2. Already almost about a second gap between myself and second place Daniel Suarez, and it's going to come down now as we get into the wall. Out of turn 2, we might still be able to pull away, hopefully. The rest of the stage, I pretty much just ran the top as close as I could to the wall without kind of smacking into it. You know, there's a line where I'm a little too far over to the wall where I'm not very comfortable running, so I like to run at least about 2 feet off of it now as we come to 7 to go in stage 2. A little too close to the wall that time, but we do keep it off of it, and you can see in the mirror that Suarez is closing the gap, so we kind of just held our line really and just eventually pulled away from these guys. Now as we come to lap 14 in stage 2 as we get into the wall that time again, but no caution. Okay, there's a caution, and that's going to end the stage. Trevor Bayne second. I'm not sure what brought out the caution for this one, but we'll take 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel and come out as the leader. So we're set up extremely well here in stage 3. The final stage is underway in Las Vegas. We are green. Trevor Bayne second, Danica Patrick third. Already pulling away from these two. It is a 28 lap stretch to the end of the race. Las Vegas is a lot shorter than Atlanta was, because Atlanta we had a 41 lap stretch towards the for the last stage in general. So hopefully that this will kind of play into my hand, because I know the longer run is a lot harder in this game, because your tires fall off way more than the AI tires do. So the shorter run really might play into my benefit, as we certainly start pulling an even bigger gap between myself and Danica Patrick, and now it's going to certainly go down a little bit, and that's the problem with running the high line. I always find a way to just put it in the wall 10 times in 5 laps, and we're gonna do it again. And there is certainly a little bit of visual damage on the right side, but it's not performance impacting, so that didn't concern me at least. But we need to keep off the wall because that's allowing these cars to kind of keep staying close to me. And you think I should really just go and run the bottom line, but I just love the top so much that I was like, I'm just going to keep running the top, especially right now. I wasn't too concerned with any fast cars getting to me. You see when I look back there for a moment though, that some of the fast cars are approaching, as we have Chase Elliott. It looks like he's in the mirror trying to get to the outside of Danica Patrick, and the fast cars are certainly closing in on the front, but hopefully we can get ourselves a gap between them so we don't have to worry about fighting them too hard late in this race. But unfortunately, eventually a bunch of cars got past Danica Patrick and I started falling off to the point where you see Clint Bowyer making a move to my inside now as Kevin Harvick lurks behind him. Truex, Kyle Busch, they're all right here at this point as we continue to run the top line. But at this point in the race, that top line really did not work as we drop back to third in that corner now. As a few laps later, Kevin Harvick, he's taken the lead from Clint Bowyer. And once again, we have the Stewart-Haas cars just all grouped together right around me. It's just every race this season, we've had them all around me. Now, as we don't know where Almirola is, but he's probably somewhere in like 25th. And now as Kurt Busch makes the move to the inside of Clint Bowyer, he should get P2 from him. He goes a little wide, and that's going to allow me to get a big run down the back straightaway as we push the 41 as we go into turn 3, and hopefully we clear the 14 of Clint Bowyer as he's trying to stay on my outside, but we do clear him in turns 3 and 4, and it'll be just 15 or 14 laps to go as we cross the line as Kevin Harvick has taken the lead back, but Kurt Busch is right behind him with a chance to maybe get the victory as well. I knew right here that the car was certainly falling off and we didn't have the best car, so I was just kind of hoping that we could maintain a top 5 now. As we come to lap 60, you see Bowyer, he got back past me, and now Ricky Stenhouse, I don't know how he got here, but he is in the top 20 somehow even, and he's trying to pass me for P4 now as we come to the line. He will easily go to my inside. We're not going to put up too much of a fight because I know that he's faster clearly, and we only have 8 laps to go at this point in the race, but it's not worth fighting him really hard and allowing the cars behind me to catch me even quicker than they already are. We're still getting the run down the straightaways from the outside line in the corners, but it's not like as big as it was earlier. Now as we have Eric Almirola closing the gap on me, so that's the other Stewart-Haas car. We were wondering where he was, and there's a car in, oh my gosh, what is happening up there? Oh my dear, we have a huge crash. It's Brendan Gaughan. Oh my gosh, we're going to die. There we are into the wall. Kevin Harvick just got destroyed leading this race, and here's the replay. Brendan Gaughan, I don't know what is going on, but Harvick just destroys him. Here's another look at it, like, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Kevin Harvick, and you see me there, I just send it to the inside once I see like everybody dying. And then my AI comes back up and slams into the wall. So Harvick, his chances of winning have ended as we're going to be going green with just 3 to go, as we're going to probably give Stenhouse a big shove here as Kurt Busch. He's the leader now with a chance to get his first win of the season, as Kevin Harvick is the driver behind me. But I really don't know what to say about what just happened as Brendan Gaughan wrecked himself on a straightaway. And yeah, I have no words for that. I have no words, but we have a chance to get a victory ourselves now as we push Stenhouse into turn 3 and run the top line once again, approaching 2 laps to go in this race. Every race we've had so far this season has ended with pretty close to overtime. We had overtime in Daytona, overtime in Atlanta, and now we have a 3-lap dash to end this race. So the longest stretch we've had to end a race so far is 3 laps. As Stenhouse, he really loses a lot of momentum now down the back straightaway, giving him a shove. It's going to be the white flag this time by, as we have 3 Stewart-Haas cars in the top 3 trying to win. As Kevin Harvick, he's the worst Stewart-Haas car right now, and he's taking P5 away from me. It is a all-forward top 5. Now about to be top 6 is Logano. He makes an easy pass coming across the line to take the white flag in Las Vegas. Kurt Busch pushes up the track, but he gets back down. You can see up ahead, he goes up again as Johnson is gotten to my back bumper now, going down the back straightaway for the final time. We're just trying to hang on to at least 7th place as we come through turns 3 and 4. Final time, Kurt Busch leads him through the last few corners. A big train right in front of us as we push up the track, but it's not really going to matter as Kurt Busch, he's going to come across the line and win the race, and we're going to edge out Jimmy Johnson for P7. Not bad at all. That's our best finish so far this season. We had like 34th or something in Daytona. We had 10th in Atlanta, and now we finished Las Vegas in 7th. Kurt Busch locks himself into the playoffs in a race that Kevin Harvick was clearly going to win, but Brendan Gaughan wrecks on a straightaway by himself and is facing in the wrong direction. He starts like spinning the car out to get going and cleans out Kevin Harvick, so that should be a suspension, but obviously this game doesn't have that crap. But that was, I really cannot believe what happened within the final handful of laps in this race. It was pretty crazy, to say the least. But we made some decent money, gained a few fans, and we got some drivers that are actually happy with us, so that's good. Brian Blaney and Trevor Bayne, they are both happy with what I did. So we don't have any rivals yet, and that's all that matters right now. But next episode will be ISM Raceway, so hopefully we can pull off a good race there. That's usually a pretty tough track for me. In the Xfinity Series last time there, we finished P2 in a must-win situation, so we'll see how it goes this time around, or next time around. But there's the point standings going into next episode and the playoff standings. So I will see you guys in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Those will all be very appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next episode for ISM Raceway. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day. Take care.